Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have a look at the Neumann KM 184. So the Neumann KM 184 is a small diaphragm, transformerless FET pencil condenser microphone. It's part of the Neumann KM family. So the original, its dad, came out during the 1960s and it was the model series KM 80, and that ran from 1960 to the early 90s. And then in 1993, same year I was born, they introduced the KM 180 series. Now there are three microphones under the KM 180 series. There's the Neumann KM 184, which is a cardioid microphone. The 183, that's a Nomni microphone. And the 185, and that's a hypercardioid microphone. They all utilize the same preamp, just change the capsule. Now the difference between this microphone and the older version, the AT series, is the other one wasn't transformerless. This is, the capsule design is a bit different. The two completely different sounding microphones, and the way you can actually pinpoint and distinguish them two is that the slots in the grills on the AT series are much bigger. Yeah, just bigger. So this is a red badged Neumann. You will see a red badge on all the TLM models, which stands for transformerless. Now I've been using this not this microphone, but these microphones, this model of microphone for quite a few years now, and I've come to know them really well. So when I found this one on the market secondhand for a really good price, it was a no-brainer for me. These microphones, you'll see them all around the world, in studios, in concert halls. A lot of people love them for classical music. I know people that swear by these for acoustic guitar or classical guitar. It translates really well. Its frequency response is really flat until you go up to the high frequencies around 10k, and you get a boost, so you get all that nice air. It's quite a delicate sound on the top. I'm not a big fan on them with overheads, a bit too bright for me, but any stringed instrument sounds amazing. Anything from an upright bass, violas, cellos, violins, acoustic guitars, harps, sounds really good. I've been using the 184s for many years, and I've only had one issue with one of the multiple microphones, was that from plugging the XLR in and pulling it out all the time, one of the pins came loose. Not the actual physical pin, but the soldering inside the microphone body, which was really easy to fix. So you just unscrewed it. My colleague did that actually. He unscrewed it, pulled the back off, resoldered the connection, and the microphone was good to go. They sound amazing, and they're one of the more affordable microphones of the Neumann series. They're about 850 euros, and you'll say, well, that's a lot of money, and it is. But if you know how much a U87 costs, then you know that this is affordable. We use this microphone, or these types of microphones, on a daily basis for recording classical music, and you will find them on wood section, brass section, string section, anywhere you can put a microphone. This translates really well. Now you will think, why would you spend so much money on a microphone and not spend a quarter or a fifth or a sixth of the price of this just to get another set of microphones? For example, these matched pair Rode M5s cost about 200 euros for a matched pair, and it's about 700. And well, it's two, it's one, it's really cheap, it's really expensive. What's the difference? What I've realized is it comes down to a few factors why you want to invest in a high quality microphone. First of all would be the brand reputation. Neumann's been around since just before Second World War. It's been around many years, and you will find this brand all over the world. It's considered an industry standard. People know the name. And there's a reason why, because they're built to last. You will see microphones from the 60s still in studios working. Second of all is the consistency. So I've used, let's say, 20 different KM184s, and they all sound nearly spot on identical. And that's what you want. You want to pick up a microphone and you know it's going to sound the same with the previous one. So when you're recording different sections, they all sound similar and you get an even result. So you know how this microphone sounds, and you know that when you're going to pick it up, or if you fly to the other side of the world and you find in a studio 184 and you pick it up and use it on guitar, you know how it's going to sound. So that's number 2. And I think number 3, and for me is the most important thing, is that most microphones will sound good facing the sound source, so dead on the sound source. Now, where you start to hear how good quality of a microphone is listening carefully to the side address or whatever spillage comes in. So I'm pointing my microphone, let's say, to a trumpet, and then next to it is another trumpet, and then next to that other trumpet is a trombone. So you will pick up your direct signal, but what happens with all the other sound that comes around into the microphone? How does it sound off axis? And it just sounds really good. You don't hear any harsh frequencies. It can take EQs really well. So when you're in a session and you have multiple microphones on different sound sources quite close to each other, you're able to EQ, and that doesn't affect the sound, or it makes the spillage sound good, if that makes sense. So I think those are the 3 main reasons why you would want to invest and spend money over, let's say, these M5s, which I absolutely love. I think they're amazing microphones, the Rode M5s. Now let's go see what comes in the box, the little accessories and booklets, and then we can have a little listen, see how it sounds. So this is the box it comes in. It's a sort of cardboard box, and you can see all the branding and codes on the box. Now, if you open it up, it's got a little latch, and you have 3 items nicely presented within the box. Number 1 is the microphone that fits very snugly and tight. Number 2 is a pop filter or windshield for outdoor use. And then thirdly, you get a very nice little clip for the microphone. You also get an adapter for different thread sizes. You also have a Neumann branding, if you can distinguish that on there. Quite nice little clip, good to have. Also, I tend to keep all the paperwork right underneath. Within the paperwork, you'll find some more information about the microphone, different polar patterns, frequency responses. The box is not the best in the world, especially for that sort of price, but it's good to have something to put the microphone in and keep everything nice and tidy and dust free, and keep all the accessories in one place. So that's the box. So I think the 184 sounds spot on the 12 string. Now you're hearing my voice on the 184. The previous microphone was a Shure SM7. All around, it's a great mic. Really sensitive, smooth, exaggerated top end, but not in a harsh way. I think quality to price ratio, it's really good. It's not a cheap microphone. I did an A/B with the Rode microphones a few weeks back, and with a tiny bit of EQ, you can make the Rodes sound just like the Neumann. But going back to what we mentioned at the beginning of the video, those 3 factors: the brand integrity, the brand name, the longevity, and the side address, or what you get from when sound comes into the side, is what makes this microphone amazing. If you get a chance, do test one out at your local music store, at your local studio. They're amazing microphones if you play guitar or any bluegrass singer-songwriter. Really, really good. I've even used them on some vocal trackings over at my work. I'm really happy I was able to pick one of these microphones up. It's a great microphone to have in your locker, and you will always get good results with a good quality microphone. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video and found it somewhat informative. Thank you for watching, and hopefully see you next time.